Rwanda Parliament approved an International Development Association credit worth 91.4 million euros to finance Rwanda's energy sector supplemented development policy financing now in the country. CNBC Africa's Fiona Motoni had a conversation with the CEO of Rwanda Energy Group, Ron Wise, on the current projects and if the country is still on track to achieve 100% electrification.
From the operational side, it was a challenge for us to continue to provide power all the time. Because of the lockdown, we could not able to move freely. But I think we succeeded, and the electricity was stable most of the time. And from the other aspect of project, we had to stop our projects for a certain period of time. So now we are working very hard to complete the Imihigo of this year in order to, let's say, achieve what we lost in almost 2 months of lockdown.
As you've just said, there are some of the projects that have been affected and you had to stop, take a pause and try and see how you can go around this whole situation. You know, planning for the remaining time during this year, you have set targets. What are some of the measures that you put in place in order to make sure that these projects that have to be completed this year still can be completed in the time frame given?
Some emergency projects we continued even during the lockdown, especially 2 projects. One is the power plant P2 power of Hakan that we continued during this time. They put a tent there with all the employees, and the employees stayed in the power station during all this period to continue the work. Another project is the line from Rusumo, a hydropower plant, towards Kigali, that also we continued. We took all the measures, mask and sanitation for hands and everything, but we continued the project. And for the projects of the other projects in the Imihigo, now we are working very hard. What we are doing, we deliver the materials to the sites as quickly as possible. We looked on the targets of each and every districts, and we are trying to complete in the remaining time. We are remaining with less than 3 weeks. We are trying to complete the targets of all the projects and all the targets of the districts.
Recently, Rwanda's parliament approved the International Development Association credit worth 91.4 million euros to finance the country's energy supplementary development policy. Could you tell us more about this funding?
Yeah, so it's a good opportunity to thank the development partners that are helping us from everywhere. It is the World Bank and African Development Bank and EU and KfW and JICA and others that are supporting us, BTC, Enable, and others that are supporting us. And this specific financing came from the World Bank. It's part of the support that they gave DPO1, DPO2, and DPO3. This is DPO3. And DPO3 was given in several installments, 3 installments. This is the 3rd one. So the main focus is to give access. As you know, our main target is to reach 100% by 2024. And we are using this money to connect as many houses as possible. Also, the money helps us to improve the organization itself with different systems that we put in place. But the main focus is to connect people. So we are now at 54%. With the support of this money, we will be able to connect more. And with all the support that we are getting, we will reach 100% by 2024.
As you've just said, we are now at 54%, and by 2024, hopefully we'll have achieved the 100% electrification. But how much investment is needed for the remaining time period until 2024? And the projects that have been affected by this COVID-19, would you say that will still be in the timeline to achieve the set target?
So the full investment that is needed for the energy sector, for everything, generation, transmission, distribution, access, even biomass, is $1.5 billion. And we already secured $650 million from the different development partners. And we are working to secure more budget from different resources. We expect to finish by 2024 to connect 100% of the country. And this 2 months of lockdown will not discourage us to achieve the target. So we still think that we can achieve the target, and we are working very hard to do so.
Digital is the way forward, and this is one of the ways that the government is asking everyone to use. All sectors are supposed to have been digitized. How far is digitization here in the electricity sector in the country?
So I can say that our operational side, the main side of generation, power station, and transmission is already fully with the softwares needed. We have a SCADA system that is controlling everything. For the distribution side, we are under implementation of a new system that is called DMS, Distribution Management System, and that will be implemented in 3 years. And then all the infrastructure will be digitized.
Could you also tell us about the contribution that Rwanda Energy Group had in the reforms that contributed to Rwanda performing better at the previous Doing Business report?
So I think it is very important for all of us in Rwanda that investors will come to the country and will do business. So everyone is working very hard for the doing business reforms and to succeed to attract more investors. What we are doing in the energy sector, first of all, we are trying our best to ease the first connection of the customers. So we have an online application that is very simple. Everyone can go to our website and put his request for a new connection. And we are talking about the big businesses. So we already got 218 requests that many of them were eligible, and we connect them. Some of them were not eligible, and we had to send them letters explaining them why they are not eligible. And this is the first issue, the online application. The second issue is the free connection. So we are providing for customers that are close to the network, 600 meters from the network, we are giving free connection, and they don't need to pay anything, not now and not in the future, not in installments. They are just getting the connection for free.
That's the CEO of Rwanda Energy Group, Ron Vice.